One of the worst feelings that you can have is when you know that you're not living up to expectations. Keep this in mind as you watch this video. As a kid, in terms of transportation, I thought riding the school bus was pretty cool. At first, that is. Slowly but surely, I realized the lack of control I had from point A, which is my house, to point B, which is the school, and vice versa. Now, the next steps to the journey was having a bike. Now, admittedly, it wasn't the fastest mode of transportation, but it did broaden my horizon of the world, in the sense that I can go anywhere I wanted before my legs collapsed from fatigue. From viewing the world behind the windows of a bus to dominating the streets while having the option to stop on the drop of a dime, going back to the bus was out of the question. Though I didn't get my first car until I was in college, when I finally got it, it was the exact car that I was manifesting for years. Manifesting how, you ask? All of my password back then had a Chrysler somewhere in there. When the little questionnaire to retrieve your password asked, what was the color, model, make of your first car? Black Chrysler 300. Good old classic American made large sedan. You couldn't tell me anything back then. After getting my car, the world opened up even more than being on that bike. Now, I could go places even faster and safer. I could now have 3 additional allies with me and plenty of space in the trunk for my enemies. My groceries. My perception of my potential increased exponentially. Throughout my life, I've had brief periods where I didn't have a car and my stress level couldn't have been any higher, because once you operate at this level, it's hard to go back to anything less. At this point, I know you're wondering, what does that have to do with anime? The bus to me were shows like Dragon Tales, Caillou, Arthur, and Clifford the Big Red Dog. Most of the time, these shows were surface level, family friendly, with easily fixable issues that resets the show every other episodes. The bike, on the other hand, represented shows like Teen Titans, Samurai Jack, Static Shock, and Courage the Cowardly Dog. Honestly, as a kid, I didn't understand half of the things that were happening. Seems like Courage had a better handle on it than I did. Side note, am I the only one who wants to puke seeing the color that Courage turns whenever he gets wet? It's very specific, I know, but let me know in the comment below. In these shows, the stories evolve and or have some mature themes throughout, which in return creates more excitement. Then it happened. I was watching Cartoon Network and this man named Tom, not from MySpace, in one of the coolest suit whipping the slickest spaceship around the asteroids, running late for work, came up on my screen. After learning what his job was, I swear I was hooked, and that's when I discovered my Chrysler 300. Yu Yu Hakusho, Gundam Wing, Cowboy Bebop, and the one that have carried so many young boys from their adolescent to their adulthood, Dragon Ball Z. Now, no offense to Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece, y'all are in there too. You know what they say, it takes a village. Around that time, I was on a self-discovering journey due to this recurrent nightmare I used to have. Anime couldn't have came at a better time. It felt like a breath of fresh air. Like, I was drowning and someone plunged their hand into the water and pulled me out. By the way, that's a real thing that happened to me. But it didn't just pull me out of the water, it also began peeling back the layers of life one by one. What seemed like an impossible task turned into a long journey with many ups and downs. But to tackle those ups and downs, I was taught some of my most essential core values and life lessons that I still apply today. Anime didn't just influence my entertainment choices. It became a blueprint for my daily life. Inspired by the dedication of many characters, I've developed a rigorous fitness routine. I lift weights, do yoga, sprint, practice my horse stance, and even meditate. But it doesn't stop at physical improvement. Sure, we all love a musclehead who crushes everything in their way, but the finesse of a genius character who delivers an unforeseen plot twist is truly something to be admired. These characters sparked my intellectual growth. I started reading self-improvement books like No Excuses, The 4 Agreements, and Mindset. The lessons from these books, combined with the philosophies in anime, have shaped who I am today. Anime profoundly impacted my worldview. It taught me that good and bad aren't as black and white as I used to think. Most people operate in the gray area. It also taught me about resilience, the reality of failure, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. Series like Fullmetal Alchemist and My Hero Academia are filled with philosophical lessons that resonate deeply within me. These stories shows me that failure isn't the end, but a stepping stone to success. If you're still saying to yourself, so how did anime ruin your life? It ruined my life in the best way possible. By setting such a high standard, I could never accept the bare minimum for myself. And the days that I do, the guilt I feel is enough to make me puke. Anime pushed me to be better, work harder, and never give up. Now, I want to hear from you. In what ways have your passion influenced your decision making you've made in life? Share your stories in the comment below and let's inspire each other. Thank you for making it until the very end. Between you and me, it means a lot to me. Doing these type of content has always been a long-standing goal of mine. After years of background work, I've let my fear of failure and success, combined with perfectionism, delay and gradually hinder my progress. But now, I'm ready to push past the what-if scenarios and fail my way to success. I have big plans for this channel, from simple reaction content, top 10s, breakdown tournaments that you will get to dictate, to more well-researched content like weekly news, manga breakdown, and more. So like, share, and comment to get bragging rights about being with me from the beginning, and I'll make sure you will never regret it. It's your host LG signing out until next time.